first season as a Thunder player went?
Interesting. Kind of first, I'm kind of just start off by by saying that kind of it's been a I'm very appreciative of the way that you guys was able to like kind of implement me into this community, into the city and the organization. So I'll just say thank you guys for that. On the flip side of that, it's just for me, I think this season as an individual, it was very kind of challenging for me as far as kind of coming here at the last minute, right before training camp, being and willing to kind of sacrifice kind of my game and style of play and coming to a new situation, not kind of not knowing what to expect, having to figure it out on the fly, figuring it out on the fly and accepting that and kind of just taking the other challenges that comes along with that transition. I thought we did a kind of a great job of just adjusting to that and figuring that part out. I know that the season didn't end the way we wanted the season to end, but I think anytime you're going through transformation, these are the steps and these are the things that is going to happen. And it's just some things that we have to evaluate. It's some things that we have to kind of step away from the game now, even, although we're out the playoffs, we're not playing them. It's just some things that we all, as a team, as individuals, as an organization, have to just evaluate and how we want to move forward.
Do you see yourself coming back for a second year?
Yeah, I mean, it's you jump right to it. I mean, it's something that like I said, I've enjoyed, my 6 months, 7 months here, a lot have went into these 6 months, but I think now it's just more about kind of just reevaluating everything, me individually, career-wise, team-wise. Just things that you have to step away from the game now that you have the time to, and kind of just get away from it for a little bit and almost reevaluate everything.
What's the biggest thing you're looking for out of your career at this stage in your career? What's the ultimate thing you need to have done and get accomplished?
Well, winning. I think winning will always be the most important thing for me at this point. I think also just I think we have to figure out exactly what we want to do and how we want to do it as a team, as players. I think that's the biggest and most important thing that we all have to figure that out this offseason.
What was the biggest challenge for you this season, Carmelo?
I think just being, I don't want to say stripped, but I think just challenging me to be a different type of player, a different caliber player, a guy who's for 14 seasons have been a certain type of player, and to kind of be challenged and tested and say, okay, we need you to be this player, this type of player, this caliber of player, very different than what I was used to before in the past. I think for me that was the most challenging part of it, but also being willing to accept that, understanding the situation and the circumstances that I was handed to.
In what ways did Billy Donovan kind of help you accept that new role, switching positions, and just kind of make the transition from New York to Oklahoma City?
Yeah, well, I think it wasn't so much of making the transition from New York to Oklahoma City. It was more so making the transition of playing a certain way for 14 seasons and then switching to a completely, totally different style of player in this one season. So, it was more so of me going to Billy and asking him, what did you need from me in order for this team to be successful? And like I said, all of that happened on the fly. Like, we had to learn that on the fly. Like, it wasn't planned. You know, maybe Billy had a plan of how he wanted to go into training camp. And then you had another component of me being traded in at the 24th, 25th hour. So now it was like, oh, like, how are we going to implement this component into what I already have going on? So there's a lot of things that went into play this season.